Good morning, gamers. This channel is all about talking and playing the games that I love, and I wanted to throw some of my attention over to Valorant because I actually really enjoy it and have a lot of fun playing it, and I haven't made a video about it in a long time. So subscribe to the channel, click the links in my description. The short intro is now done. Let's get into the video. So over the past, roughly a year now, Valorant has become one of the largest games, let alone FPS games, in the world. It all started when Riot announced they would be working on a bunch of new games, one of which would be an FPS, and that got everyone's that pays close attention to the gaming world very interested in what Riot was cooking. Riot Games, who arguably made the biggest and most groundbreaking game with League of Legends, is now making an FPS. That could be huge. A bit of time passed, then they gave us a teaser video where they announced Project A and their intentions with it. And holy crap, the intentions sounded amazing. A new tactical shooter with precise gunplay being tested by and built by Counter-Strike legends and just other FPS pros, and also just people who know how to make good video games. Not to mention a very serious take on both server issues and hackers. Oh my gosh, I can't explain how many times I've watched this video, both on my own and in so many breakdown and analyzations of it. So it's pretty obvious the gaming world was on fire about this game, and we hadn't even seen normal gameplay of it yet. Then the beta days started to roll around. We had heard about how all these content creators and pro gamers had been invited to play test the game. Then it was revealed how the beta would work. It was a closed beta to begin, where you got in through Twitch drops. And to get Twitch drops, you would have to watch streamers showing off their recorded gameplay and explaining how much fun they had playing the game. Hype was amazing for the game. And the beta, when you got in, was so much fun to play and only got you more excited for the release of the game. The beta went so smoothly. Then the release came, and the game just kept taking off more and more. But why did this game perform so well? Why was everyone so hyped about it? How did it become one of the big three in FPS gaming? That's what we're really here to talk about today. I have three main points I want to cover about how and why Valorant was able to do so well. These points are marketing, game design, and their longevity tactics. First things first, of course, the marketing for this game was insane, to say the least. The very first teaser trailer, when we didn't even have the release name yet, they said they would be addressing all of the biggest issues that a ton of FPS games face nowadays, like servers and hackers. Not to mention the next best tac shooter at the time was CSGO, and CS was getting stale for a lot of people and was too well established for a lot of new players to get into it, and just not as new and shiny as a new FPS game. Granted, CS has reached a lot of peaks since then, but I really do believe those peaks came because of competition. Moving on from CS though, another big point to hit about this teaser trailer and the hype around it is that this early into marketing for this game, we knew it was being built and tested by legends. Like, it was a huge deal that flew somewhat under the radar that Volcano was one of the main map designers for the game. From the start, we knew ex-pros and tac shooter community members were going to be backing this game, and it was going to be good no matter what because of that. Then the beta rolled around, and with it, the news that literally every FPS gamer whose name you knew was invited to test and record the game. And then the embargo would lift, and everyone would stream it all at the same time, and you could get access to the game by watching it. And holy crap, this was the single greatest marketing push I've ever seen, between literally every content creator and pro hyping the game up, and the fact you got to see true gameplay for the first time through them, and you had the chance to play the game by watching. I've never seen anything pulled off this well to get so much attention, and good attention at that, on any single game. Every person I knew was watching these streams hoping to get a drop. I personally think I was watching 12 streams at a time just trying to get in and learn as much as I could about the game. Valorant just had great marketing behind it. The next point is game design. When I saw Volcano's name in kill feeds and heard about their focuses and heard about all the pro players that they were bringing in for testing, I was sold already. I knew this game was going to be designed extremely well, and it lived up to the expectations. Riot delivered a game that is the hidden golden egg of video games. I don't know what that analogy was, but the point is they were able to deliver a game that's fun with both a low skill floor and a insanely high skill ceiling. They also managed to find a way to fix the skill gap issue as well. I want to talk about each of these 3 points individually to give a better idea of what I mean though. Valorant has a very low skill floor. This means you don't have to be good or even anywhere close to average to play the game. People aren't scared to play this game because they're bad at it. In other games, that's a huge issue. A lot of people aren't naturally good at games and get too scared of being made fun of or harassed for just not knowing what they're doing. So they never play that game. Valorant seems to have fixed this issue, at least, somewhat. It's not perfect. The next point is that the skill ceiling for this game is extremely high. It was built for pro play and works well for it. People can get insanely good at the game, and if you can't match their skill, they will step on you. This is a good thing as long as you also fix the skill gap issue. Skill gap is the gap in skill difference between a good and a bad player. This can absolutely ruin a game, but Valorant has a good ranking system in place that ensures normal casual gamers aren't constantly fighting pros. Except for Smurfs, of course, that's still an issue. So Valorant has good design around all 3 of the major skill issues, which is a very, very hard task to pull off. They also did an amazing job with making the game into a hero shooter. Not only are hero shooters what's hot in the gaming climate right now, but also they did such a good job with abilities that they work well for both casual and pro play. Every character has a kit of abilities that is very easy to understand and use for a new or casual player, that they can have fun running around and using them and playing the game. On the flip side of it, the abilities can be mastered and used to perfection, especially if you coordinate well with your team. The utility in this game also allows for crazy clutch moments, which is important to have in every game. This is one of the products of having a dev team that's extremely passionate about the game they're making and actually listening to pro feedback and creating the game with them in mind as well as your casual player base. I could keep talking about game design stuff that they did great, since I love game design, but it boils down to the game being made for great experiences in casual, competitive, and pro levels of playing. The last major point to cover is the longevity tactics driving this game. Riot did a great job with this as well. The game has been built to last for years and years to come. They started up the esports scene well by giving players plenty of time to learn the game and time for orgs to actually establish teams. They started small and have been growing and nurturing the scene since. They also did a great job by allowing streamers to co-stream the pro play, which is only a positive thing. With the pro play being as fun and exciting as it is, and streamers hyping it up and the ranking system they have to keep players engaged and grinding the game, I don't doubt Valorant being a top game for years and years to come. Alright, that's the end of this week's video. If you liked the video, make sure you press the like button and sub to the channel. Follow me on Twitch, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, all that good stuff. Thank you for watching, it does mean a lot to me. GG's and goodbye.